Now we bring you an exclusive interview with MMC Ronald Winston Harris as the man in charge of the Department of Community Development. MMC Ronald Winston Harris, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start us off with how the city is actively developing our communities. MMC, what are your top 3 priorities?
Well, thank you so much for the invitation. It's good to be here and to be able to talk to you and to our viewers.
Absolutely.
We just very brand new in the ComDev department. ComDev looks at the libraries, the parks and recreation. It looks at the health and fitness and spiritual well-being of the city. So for me, I think my first priority, and that is a fallback position, is on service delivery. So we needed to have a look at, see how is it that our tremendous facilities within the city can be most beautifully utilized or fully utilized by citizens. But you don't want to go into a recreation center that's falling down and it's dilapidated and so forth. You don't want to go into a park where the grass is knee-high. You don't want to walk around in a library where there's no Wi-Fi and it's just in a sad state.
Absolutely.
So our top priority would be in terms of looking at the condition of the facilities, ensuring that the facilities are in a world-class state and it is available for the citizens to use at a good price and it is accessible to all. Another priority is in terms of looking at social cohesion. How is it that we get our young boys and girls, men and women, playing and interacting together? So we'll be looking at how is it that we take young people from distressed backgrounds and show them and reveal to them what the city is all about. There's some tremendous facilities, and that's what we're doing and looking at how we can make these facilities available to them. The third priority is going to be one that's close to my heart. We're from the Westbury area, and we have started a program together with my member of the provincial legislature, Bishop Dalton Adams. We've started a program where we are interacting with young men that are at risk, because all these boys know is fighting with each other and killing each other and so forth. So we've taken them out. Last week we had them at the Wilds, and we went to go and show them this beautiful facility that is there. We walked for about 2 hours, and what an experience it was. So yes, those are that's the priorities that I'll be having in terms of the facilities, our social cohesion, and our young people that are at risk.
MMC, just in terms of safety and security, those have been, contentious issues regarding our parks and recreational centers. How is the department ensuring that people are safe when they go into these environments?
We have currently 16 park rangers that are employed. I met them twice now, and what a disciplined lot of young people these are. So they're part of the City Parks' program to bring back a measure of safety to our facilities. What we are doing is going to be looking at employing an additional 150 park rangers over the next 6 months and into the next financial year. So we're going to be looking at employing these and utilizing the facilities that are available, the vehicles. My colleague in public safety has offered to have us have some horses as well, so we can ride through the parks and just create a sense of safety and enjoyment, because we want people to come to the parks to feel safe, to be able to walk and enjoy those facilities without any threats behind them. So we've got the program is well on its way. We're looking at recruiting additional, as I said, the 150 park rangers. The training is in conjunction with the Kruger Park and JMPD. So we're really excited about being able to offer an increased measure of safety to our users.
Mm-hmm. And is the city doing enough to make sure that people actually utilize these facilities, your theaters, libraries, museums, and so forth?
Yeah. This boogeyman, COVID, has really just hobbled us in a way. But I think if you look at the people that have been working there, even though we'd had these various levels of lockdown, we've had a tremendous army of people that have been working, keeping the facilities going, keeping them open. And I've seen some of the programs. They've showed me some of the ideas that they have, some of the programs that they will be unrolling to get people active. A very exciting one is aerobics. We're looking at starting aerobics classes in nearly every facility, recreation center. And we are planning towards an aerobics at the Zoo Lake, a mass aerobics event at the Zoo Lake. And that is going to be somewhat exciting. So yes, we are doing our bit. I really want to applaud the men and women that have been actively working on these programs and making sure that they are given life. So my function is just to go out there and look good while they've done all the work.
And cut the ribbon.
Yes.
MMC, speak to us about investment into these facilities, the significance of it, and how you are actively working on, engaging other stakeholders.
We're constrained by budgetary requirements, and it is so difficult to stretch the rand, so to speak, within all of the facilities, because you have a whole lot of competing imperatives, so to speak. And so where do you spend your money? So one of the things that we have to do, and we are very fortunate in arts, culture and heritage, is that we are able to create partnerships with people in other countries. And as we speak, there's an exhibition in Japan of African artifacts from Johannesburg, and we're looking at re-signing the contract and having that go on. So we're looking at all of these different partnerships overseas, but also within the country, because we've got volunteers that have taken over some of the functions within the parks, and these volunteers have networks of people in the private sector, and that is what we are looking at leveraging as we go forward, so that we can present a better product to our citizens.
MMC, in closing, what do we not know about you, except that you're obviously MMC of Community Development, as well as you belong to the ACDP? What would you like the residents of the city to know about you?
Okay. We were given this opportunity to join the council by the African Christian Democratic Party. I'm not a pastor. The ACDP is a fully fledged, bona fide political party. So I'm not a pastor, but I'm also not a politician. I'd like to take a leaf from my leader's book. He says, we are servants sent into politics. So that is it, essentially. My background, I learned in the fast-moving consumer goods. I was a manager in Pick n Pay. And we learned some exceedingly good lessons there, so that if a problem lands on your desk, you take ownership of it, regardless of where that problem lands. However, having said that, I'll give you an example. If there's a pothole, then I wouldn't ride by it. I would stop, take pictures, send it to my colleagues. If the robots are out, it's not my function, but that's the type of person I am. My focus is on service delivery. That's what I'd done when I was working in Bishop Dalton's office in legislature. My focus was purely on service delivery. But having said that, serendipity, I think, is the word. Because I studied politics in 1973. I know the true story of 1976, which wasn't the first student uprising. So I've studied politics. I worked at a cemetery. I worked at a library. I've worked at Pick n Pay in the fast-moving consumer goods. And without a drop of wine, I can tell you which came first, or the chicken or the egg, because I worked in the poultry industry as well, So I studied. I have an MBA, and my dissertation was on service delivery.
Interesting.
So I am passionate about service delivery. I do not sit in an office. In fact, one of the things that we had done, we've introduced what we call a 7 to 11 boots on the program, on the ground program, where we will encourage senior management. No more meetings in the mornings. We have to be out in the streets, meeting with people, talking to them, understanding what are their challenges, meeting with the ward councillors, looking at how is it that we can provide the best possible service to the citizens. So that is about me. I'm passionate about service, and I'm passionate about making this current multi-party government, making that work for the good of the citizens.
Understood. MMC, I'm wondering now, this is off topic a little bit, but you mentioned health and fitness, and that's also your role. I'm hoping that you can help me for our Thursday show, which is based on health and fitness. I'm interested to know, what would you encourage, or what would you say, what can people do just in terms of health and fitness in the city?
One of the things that we need to do is tie up our stakeholder forums, because within those stakeholder forums you've got sporting bodies,